to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second. First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approve the minutes from October 30th.
Make the motion to approve the minutes from October 30th meeting.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. General public concerns. Is someone here who would like to speak? Yes.
Gerald Oshman, would like to talk about the tile by the county farm.
Okay.
I would like to see him dig at least another hole, see where it does dump into a main.
See if we can find where the tile actually dumps in.
To make sure it is working.
Okay. I know we haven't, I was out there on Friday, they were working on it at the time. They thought they were about done, and I was out there visiting with them. So, Paul, I believe, is gone, but Ben, I think, was out there. We'll visit with Ben about that and see what he did find out, and get back to you.
Why did they have to cover everything up right away?
Imagine for safety reasons, you dig a hole in the shoulder like that. You hate to leave
They
it
had a
open.
hole in the ditch for years, and they never done anything with it years ago. It stayed open for a year or two. I looked at, watch some of that water and see if it went down. I mean, every hole they had was full of water.
Yeah, well, when I was out there, I mean, they were dug right straight up to the edge of the shoulder.
Yeah.
I was
can
gonna say,
understand
part of that
why-
was because of where the location of the tile, and I don't think they wanted traffic going back and forth across there, and that,
Yeah, it gave
because
in.
one day, there was a cave-in, that a chunk of that shoulder fell off, so
I'm sure it's safety reasons.
I'm assuming that at least they know that the holes are there. It's so muddy out there from when they jetted the tile. I'm guessing that right now, but like you said, it'd be nice to see if it is flowing.
Let that water leave.
Right. At least we know that it's not in your field. I mean, the water was back feeding out of the field like it's supposed to, like it's, the tile was running
Right. Yeah.
the day that I stopped out there. And I guess you and I visited on the phone, the comment that one of the employees made to you about who's gonna pay for all these holes we're digging.
Yep.
It's our tile. So I still don't understand why that comment was made, but that's our tile, that's our right-of-way, that's why we keep you guys out of our right-of-way, so we don't have to, we aren't worried about a bill. I'm not saying that we have an open, checkbook, we're trying to find the reason, but I don't know why that comment was made, it was uncalled for, so I wanna address that so that you aren't thinking that you're gonna be sitting and waiting for a bill to come, 'cause that's in our right-of-way, that's our tile, so. All we can say is we'll get ahold of Ben and
Visit with him and find
see if
out
we can.
what they've figured out, and,
I mean, if they do open another hole, can we dump water in our intake and make sure it is coming out down where it's supposed to?
I'm sure you could.
I mean, would they be willing to leave it open for,
Well, if we dig it open and see, then we can at least, I would think there's gonna be water coming to it from the
So they,
that ditch is full of water.
Right. I've got your number, Dutch, I can, when we talk to Ben, I'll get hold of you and say that it looks like they can do it on Thursday, or it looks like they can do it Wednesday, whatever. You're done with
Yep.
field work, so you're gonna be on call?
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
we'll do it.
I'd like to be there when they dig it up to see what,
Yeah.
what they find out.
where it does really hook up.
Right.
Or where it does go.
Right,
Mhm.
that's,
No problem.
We know it goes east, but we just don't know where.
right, we don't know where it turns or where it
Yeah.
dumps
Yeah,
into.
it could angle, go underneath the road,
Yeah.
and hook up out in
Or
the
just go
field.
down to another tile, or another main, you know,
Farther
quarter
east.
mile down the road.
Yeah, good.
We'll get a hold of him and get a hold of you.
Okay,
All right.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yep. Anyone else?
Jerry West, I live here in Dakota City. I wanna chat with you for just a couple of minutes about commercial wind turbine projects, commonly called WCS. there is activity in the southeast corner of the county, I don't know whether you're aware of it, there's letters going out to landowners and stuff like that. I've read the current ordinance, and I don't think it does a really good job. It's a little outdated. About 6 weeks ago now, I attended a meeting up in Emmitsburg, and that was at the VFW. There were 200-plus people at that meeting. That was on a application for a project, and they had to have law enforcement regain control of their meeting for them. And I don't think you want to go there. So I guess what I'm here for is to say, hey, I think you need to revisit that ordinance. It needs to be updated. I would be more than happy. Cassuth County has a new one. Yours is 4 pages long. Theirs is 14. There's just a lot of stuff that has changed and things that probably need to be looked at. And it's much better to do this before you have something on the table. Because if you have something on the table and it meets your ordinance, your hands are tied unless you like a lawsuit. You know, you've got to make the adjustments to where you want them before anything throws up on the table. So, like I say, be more than happy. I've been heavily involved out in Nebraska, out home, getting their ordinance updated and that kind of stuff. The problem with these projects is that because of the confidentiality agreements, the land's all leased before anybody knows what the hell's going on. Because if you sign a lease, you sign a confidentiality agreement, and essentially you can't talk to anybody about it. So I have no idea what all's going on off that direction, but I do know there's letters out. I think.
I heard that over the weekend also, that someone...
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's just for Met Towers, or whether they're actually talking about leasing. It's possible they may, right now, just be wanting to lease ground to put up the meteorological towers. I don't know, but I'm just saying, don't get behind it. If you know anybody from Palo Alto, you might want to have a chat with them and ask them about how enjoyable their last 2 or 3 months has been.
Jerry, can you enlighten us a little bit? It was very curious and interesting when Palo Alto County would be Emmitsburg, correct?
Yep.
When it took law enforcement in meeting?
Yeah.
Was it things going on that public sentiment was not so favorable to, they were coming in and trying to build windmills and no one really was agreeable to that? How to put it in a simple terms.
Essentially what happened is that the people that were opposed to that project thought that they had been sold down the river, and the county attorney was actually running the meeting, and the way he was doing it was not the way he said he was gonna do it, and a lot of people got very upset very quickly. And luckily, I think they thought that was gonna happen because they had law enforcement there from the outset. And they did, and what I think happened is they went forward up into the crowd, and I think they probably told 2 or 3 people, you can either sit down and shut up or leave. And then it wasn't friendly by any means, but at least the meeting proceeded. I left, my guess is it went on. Started at 6.
I think they had the same problem over in Ida County and Sac County.
But I'm just saying, don't get behind the ball,
Right.
get out in front of it. Your ordinances need updated.
When was
We
last, you
changed some
know?
of those ones.
15.
15 was when they were,
That's what it's, wrote it down, Peggy.
It's a
We changed
55?
that once just to be able to, so a farmer...
Ordinance 26 is where it's
Oh,
at.
it's in the zoning ordinance then.
Yeah, it's zoning ordinance, it's ordinance 26, section 4.6 is where it's at.
was last updated in 2015.
Yeah. That's what it looked like to me on the back page of it anyway, is that's when it was done. Cassuth County just redid theirs, they approved it, the Valentine's Day this year. The one that we did out western in Nebraska just got approved last month.
So is the one in Cassuth, is that across the southern part of the county, is that what I heard?
There's something going, I haven't paid a lot of attention, but I just noticed, well, what got my attention was when I was sitting in Emmitsburg that night. One of the speakers said something, if you guys would have done like Cassuth County did, we wouldn't be here with this problem. And so then I emailed up to Cassuth County, to their zoning administrator, said, hey, send me a copy of your, section on wind turbines, and he did.
Yeah.
And, but like I say, yours is 4 pages long, that's 14. There's just a lot of things that aren't there, a lot of numbers that are hinky, you know, things change.
Sure,
So, like I say, if I can be any help, yell at me.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Very good, thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on. It is after 8:35, we have a public hearing on the proposal to enter into a general obligation emergency communications equipment lease agreement. This is agreement with Motorola, on the, radio equipment out at the law enforcement center.
Make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second that.
Okay, we have first, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is open. Anyone from the public wish to comment?
I've got a couple of people that have visited, and I think we all got an email that said something to the effect of shouldn't our insurance? Well, we are dealing with the insurances on some of it. We still haven't got the final numbers, so that is to be determined, right?
That is correct.
We aren't on the hook for the whole...
The insurance company would compensate us for like-kind equipment that we have.
Correct.
And the board, I think, feels it's foolish to replace with outdated equipment. That is why we're looking at to upgrade the equipment to the most current technology and...
Take the insurance company, put it back the way it was, put it back the way it was, in 5, 6 years, you're gonna have to do it again.
That's correct.
2 years.
2 years.
2
Yeah,
years.
short amount of time. So that, yeah, there's been some confusion that, yes, it's, what was damaged was and is covered by insurance.
Correct.
So the upgrade is taking the insurance proceeds to put towards the upgraded equipment.
That's correct.
But yeah, some people were questioning, well, didn't the county have insurance on this damage? Yes, we did, but it's being put towards...
It's similar like if you wreck your 1999 car, they're not gonna replace it with a brand new one.
No.
They'll replace it with the old one. So, but we're taking that money and applying it to the new equipment.
How old was that equipment, right?
15 years, maybe 20. It was, we moved it from the old, city office to the new building when we updated the LEC here 2 years ago. So it wasn't new equipment then. I think there was some confusion then. People thought that was the new equipment that got damaged. That was actually old equipment that we moved in.
It was just reconfigured, but it
Yeah.
wasn't, there was no big upgrade.
Not at that time, not in that part of the line of
And with
equipment.
this lease, there'll also be updates taken on a yearly deal,
Every 2 years.
every 2 years, so...
Yes.
I move we close the public hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Second.
All right, a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public hearing is closed. Now we have, approval of resolution 2017-14, a resolution to approve the authorization of general obligation emergency communication equipment lease agreement, providing for the levy of taxes to pay the same. Want to fill us in on that?
You betcha. This came from our bonding attorney and has spelled out everything. The amounts for collection for taxes are also stated at the bottom and onto the next page. We had talked about how we were gonna finance this. I wasn't aware that with a lease that you could bond for it, which was something nice to learn. I did not know that. That makes it easier to come up with the money to, unfortunately, you would have to raise taxes because you're gonna levy for that sum of money. And the only way to do that is for taxes. Otherwise, we would have had to try to find it somewhere else, and that was a big concern for me, because I wasn't sure where that
Money would come from.
$100,000 payment per year was gonna come from, yeah. So this would provide the funding for it.
So this is for, if we were to bond, or to levy for the entire $950,000, which
Right,
hopefully
right.
we're gonna have some insurance that's
Yeah.
gonna go against that, so once we get a settlement from the insurance, that'll go, away from the $950, and hopefully then our total is a lot less.
Yeah.
I'm hoping and praying.
Yeah, and keeping in mind that $950 was just a large number he
Right.
picked, so you.
If we had to buy the whole package, that's what we're buying.
Because
Would it
we,
be less years or less payment?
what's that?
If we get insurance settlement, or less years or less per year payment?
Both,
Both.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if you find out that it's only $500,000, well, then some of these are gonna drop off.
Drop
Yeah,
off.
the numbers will
Plus, in
change.
2 years, you're gonna switch it and go to
Okay.
bonding instead of the lease.
Some
Or
of
if
the-
that's
some
what
of
you
the issue
discuss,
is
maybe
with
you'll
this-
stay with that.
We have to put a new dish
Somewhere.
somewhere, and if our tower isn't heavy enough to handle the dish, we'll have to do alternate things. So we actually don't have a firm estimate on what this project will cost until you get into it.
They have to do a structure analysis, is that what they
Yes.
called it, of the current
Of the
tower
current
down
tower.
there, to see if it would hold a 6-foot dish. Well, I'm guessing that...
That's about the size of that
6 foot,
board.
So it's about that, and then you put it up, it has to be so many
100
feet in the air,
140 feet in the air or something like that.
and then they have to test to see if the wind will rip it off, or if it's strong enough to hold it up there. Well, the way the wind blows around here anymore, we hope and pray that it is.
Yeah, and there's other alternatives if it isn't heavy enough, they bounce it off of another tower located close to Humboldt, and then it shoots to Fort Dodge, so.
We can't do any of this until we sign
The
the
lease
contract agreement with the company. That's
Correct.
why we need to go through.
And with the benefit of the lease agreement, it gives us 2 years to get our financing, to get the project done and get the financing lined up to pay for it. We have no payments for 2 years, no interest for 2 years, is that correct? So Motorola has put together a good package for counties for their, to get these installed to get them financed.
Have we made any statement that was wrong?
It gives us an option to
I'd let you know.
Okay.
explore the best option for the county to finance this project.
Yes.
And so, by agreeing to this resolution, that is correct, that we have our options to discuss
Yes.
for the financing. This is,
This is
we're
the,
entering
this
into
is,
lease, but obviously, the way the lease is structured, we have time as a county, because it's the bonding or the levying or whatever we decide is the best option,
Yeah,
right?
and this just covers just the lease part.
This covers the
That's
lease
all.
so that we can move the
Yep.
project forward.
Yep.
Go ahead, Nathan.
How much are you guys expecting to get from the insurance?
Don't know.
Don't know, do you have a rough estimate ballpark? No?
Steve, he told us what the value of that equipment was.
I
roughly.
believe it was like $150,000 at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect, I would expect at least $100,000, you know.
Isn't there provisions in the insurance policy for labor, installation, so on and so forth, that may add to that figure?
Yeah, that, and I guess that's what I'm saying, without knowing, you know, what the insurance company's gonna do, but they seem very cooperative up front, so.
It's really a fair
See what-
statement.
what they get
It's a
a bill.
real estimate, and if you put a number down, that, we don't know until it's, until they really get the go-ahead to
Yes,
work.
because they have their people, they had a man come from Minneapolis, I believe,
Yeah.
who deals especially in that, and they're, like Steve, is saving all the parts he takes out, and so everything will be documented, and that, so it's...
The other question was, someone asked about why Motorola, well, they're the ones
Oh,
that
why
have...
we don't put it out for public bid? We
Public
had some
bid.
comment sent to us from a gentleman.
Motorola is the state bid, right?
Correct.
They went through all the details of bidding it, so that's the people that we have,
They were the winners of the project for the entire state, so.
so that's why we aren't out patching it together,
Yep.
saying, well, we can buy this here or buy this there. We,
Regardless of how many you buy, whatever, and everybody gets the same It's been agreed to, that's what the state is paying as well.
So when the papers are signed, you're gonna dash out the door and you're gonna start ordering stuff? Somebody else will.
I'm gonna say, oh crap, no more work, you have a lot to do.
So by signing this, you guys are basically agreeing to basically punt the financing for 2 years, figure it out kind of deal?
Well, we won't wait 2 years.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you have that 2
We
year
have the 2
timeframe
years
to...
to get the project installed, so we know what the final cost
Right.
is, and then we'll work
By
on the
then, the
financing.
insurance will have made their decision,
Sure.
we'll have the total, we can subtract the total from the insurance, and know where our money's
Spread
at.
it over how many years we think we need to pay for it.
Unless the radio station wants to kick in a big chunk, we're willing.
Yeah, I bet you are.
We use your tower.
We can use your tower.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I wanna do put my name on it, but I'd make a motion to approve the resolution 2017-14, authorizing the general obligation emergency equipment lease.
Second Bruce's motion.
I have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Did I skip over that? Did we actually?
No, we did,
Okay,
yeah,
I
we
thought
did do that.
Okay.
And then you will need to sign those right there.
Okay. I did get it checked off, that's why I thought, well, okay.
Did you lose your glasses at the wedding, or what?
Lost my
Oh,
mind.
everybody's giving him such a bad time about it.
Frazzled Bruce.
I know, I've been there.
Yeah, you know what those things cost these days?
Oh, my God, tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's also... I wanna make sure I get him to sign in all the right places, so do you wanna come up and make sure that I don't wanna skip anything?
Hey, when are they
Everywhere I've got
gonna
his
do
cast
the
here.
structural stuff on that?
Start right away.
Like, how long will it
Depending on
take?
how full and how,
Right here?
So like,
they have to have a crew come in, look, take, measurements, whatever, and then an engineer will have to set out and do it.
And then wherever the
I would
next tab
say
is.
3 to 4 weeks,
Is
we'll
there
know.
any way we can get the attorney?
On the other hand, I do know,
I would have to catch
I was
him,
contacted
yeah.
by Jeff and I was
Yep,
Central and
and I
Fort Dodge.
have to sign somewhere too on some of these.
We haven't really went into the
If we
details,
can get
but
Rick
it
to
seemed
get his
very
signature anyway, we
open,
can...
that they would
Oh, that's some
work with
information I
you
need to
if
provide.
their tower's
I
power
think
space
that one's
out here
information I need to
required
provide.
at the high
Yeah, that's
school.
probably the only spot.
good,
He didn't
That's
seem
all
to
I
have
can
any
see, unless
objection.
you...
So
When will the
the
equipment
actual
start coming in?
contract part itself is another...
Probably
In this one?
6
Yeah, I
weeks.
gotta make sure it's...
6 to 8 weeks.
I brought it just in case. Okay, so if you wanna give me this bunch back,
Okay.
we'll get that mixed in with that one.
Good stuff.
Did you have to get up early this morning?
I did.
Kinda makes sense. Kinda doesn't.
did we beat
Exactly how I
the
was
other
feeling.
county?
Well, actually,
Did we beat? Did we beat the other
Right.
county?
We have to follow the law, though.
Right.
They have to come to us this year. Yeah.
This is what we're using. I was trying to find.
Okay.
Is there anywhere you want me to email all this to? Do you want a copy of it?
next year, right?
What's that?
The state will have their system up and running next year.
July is the deadline.
And when I get everybody's signatures, I can get them off to you.
They've got some that they're stepping it up slowly, but I think next spring they'll really see a lot of activity.
That's right. The reason why we're doing this now, instead of waiting 2 years and have to put out the whole fund, we can take some of the insurance money, get the price down, and do it now while the cost is still down.
Thank you, lady.
Oh, okay, that'd be great.
The good thing was,
One of the important things...
like a teenage drag, our neighborhood. They didn't act
Going
that
to
much
wash.
Oh,
less.
they know?
There's a couple of places in here. We'll put the dollar amount there, we'll put the, where you want the bills to, and then where we're shipping the equipment. And I don't know...
We changed the canvas
Where do you want it
to 1
shipped?
o'clock, right?
There's the...
Okay, we're gonna ship to
You
EE,
and I responded.
Fort Dodge?
I think the others probably already.
Yeah. I mean, there's one other place in here that we'll just put in for notices, and then we'll,
Pretty glad you're used to signing your life away, Rick.
Yeah.
right here is notices, so.
Okay.
A contact name,
Yep.
fax number.
Okay,
This third.
we will do that.
Can you send that to me today?
Hopefully so. Today's the day before election, and we're setting up election equipment and stuff, so I will try and get it to you. It might be later on this afternoon, but...
Okay,
Right.
that's moving.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thanks for coming down
Yep. Okay.
and up.
I think it probably leaves that. Thank you.
Alrighty.
And if you wanna hand that one...
Thank you.
you.
I know you guys want it as soon as possible, so I am expediting everything.
We appreciate it very much.
Okay. Alrighty, it looks like now we can move into drainage. Get a motion to go into drainage.
Go into drainage.
Second?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say there's stuff at the bottom.
Oh,
Well, we better do
you wanna
that.
do that? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Well, then,
because
back out
I
of
may
drainage.
not be here for
Okay.
the... in-
All right.
Better do that first.
Alrighty. Okay, we have authorized chairman to sign letter of agreements with Dorsey Whitney, the bond council. And this is the company that we work with for our bonding.
Yes.
So we need a motion for that?
So what arrangements, so what kind of arrangements are we signing here?
I am looking here
She's
because they
digging.
sent it, and I'm wondering if I didn't bring it in with me. Okay. So we may have to do it afterwards, because I got this one, but I don't have the other one.
We'll go to the other one, and then we can go look.
Yep,
Because if you got
Okay.
stuff to get ready for the election,
yeah.
we don't wanna
Yeah.
hold you
I
out.
need to take
Yeah.
off and...
All right, we'll drop down, authorized chairman to sign certificate of cost application plan for cost advisory services.
This is a standard thing that we do every time we sign this cost allocation certification plan for, cost advisory services. They do our, I guess I have several copies. I put one copy in with your board stuff,
Okay?
so you guys would have it. They do this report for us. There's a second copy. First copy is up here. And it has the letter to be signed and all that with it. DHS has certain administrative expenses that they can get back for the county, for them being here and having, using part of the building. They've got just one small office downstairs. Cost Advisory Services goes in and looks at some of those DHS expenses to see what the county can get back for that. So, they say, the total indirect cost to be claimed by quarterly local administrative expense reports for fiscal year 19 is $54,893. The total reimbursement for the year should be about $18,105. And then they track and make sure that we get all those payments and that everything comes back to us. They do get a fee for that. Thought it was right on this one here. But I did look and the fee hasn't gone up from last year, it's the same as what it was.
I think every county has to go through this every year.
Yes, were only two firms at one time out there that did this, and I'm not sure, I think maybe Cost Advisory's the only one still left out there.
I move the approve the chairman, authorize the chairman to sign the cost allocation plan as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And we'll have you sign two copies, and then we'll keep one here and send the other one to them. This was last week. That's not... And I will go find that other one, I think I left it on my desk.
Okay.
You know, what you eat your cupcake in mine.
I haven't had coffee in that, I've been drinking ice water.
What's interesting is I've spent the last 3 months out there, they call them commissioners meetings, but out in Sand Hills, Nebraska. It's just kind of interesting how alike but different.
Similar, but a
Yeah,
little different.
yeah, now theirs is a 3,
Mhm.
but,
You go county to county in Iowa, they're similar but different too.
yeah.
Imagine they're fairly large counties out in western Nebraska.
Yeah, the Garden County's about the size of Sioux,
Okay,
with 1,600 total people in it,
wow.
Wow.
and about 170,000 cows.
Talking about windmills, did you read the picture the other day where I think over in eastern Iowa, somebody put a bunch of dead birds underneath the windmills?
Dead rabbits.
Dead rabbits.
Dead rabbits.
Dead rabbits.
Trying to get the eagles to come in to
Yeah.
get to,
Yeah, to get hit by the blades and then,
The heck is wrong with people?
yeah.
of course, and it'll hit them, because the tip speed on
Oh,
the
yeah.
suckers is about 120 mile an hour.
Wow.
Even at 20 RPM, you go out
That far.
that far with a tip speed over 100.
I was following one, there's a lot of them moving around on trucks. I don't know if they're replacing blades and,
They're
Well-
replacing, over by Blairsburg, they're replacing.
Yeah,
a bunch of
Mid-American
blades.
is redoing a whole bunch of them. I saw in the paper the other day that they're upgrading a whole series of those sites.
Mhm.
well, 3 of them were headed south on 169. I was going down to Valero the other day, and the steer axle on the trailer started acting up, and he had a blade on it. Of course, you know, those things look pretty small in the, up above, but when they're on a trailer, that thing started swerving like this, and I started backing off because it scared the hell out of me. And he pulls off onto the shoulder, and then he got underneath there, 'cause I don't know if his,
Something was goofing.
yeah.
A bunch of them going down there.
There is no separate one, it's part of that other
Oh,
thing that you signed, permit.
yesterday,
Mhm.
last week.
Yep, so we
Okay,
can ignore that part.
all righty.
So we make a motion to authorize that?
I think I signed it last week, it was all
Yep.
part of the same.
Well, then we don't have to authorize you to authorize it?
Nope.
You can ignore that.
We're done with that.
Throw all that one out.
All righty, let's go through our committee reports.
Committee report for this week, I had nothing, but I would remind people that, for this Wednesday, we have the mobile food pantry at the fairgrounds from 4:30 to 6:30, if you're so inclined.
I had no meetings either, Peggy.
Okay.
4:30 to 6:30, Bruce.
Yes.
Monday, the 30th, I had a VA meeting, approved the claims, turned down a couple, or one anyway. Thursday, I met with DNR out to the hog site on, Texas and 240th. And, Friday the 3rd, I went up to Laverne and, hog site up there where the tile was, driveway tile was not put in correct. Then went over south of Odison, looked at another one, and another one over just north of Gilmore City that was not put in correct. And then I stopped by and looked at the bridge that got hit. That's all I had.
I didn't have any official, other extracurricular board meetings. The last one Dave mentioned, yes, the bridge just north of Livermore. I just go out and, so that was all about bad judgment on a driver's part going across the bridge, but, so.
Yeah, we had a semi going across a 3-ton bridge.
Yeah.
With way too tall.
Way too tall.
Way too tall, way too heavy, posted bridge,
Yeah.
bad decision.
Yeah,
Messed up trailer.
and I think we have, Chuck Britson coming up to inspect the bridge before it's closed right now, so. All right, I had no official meetings, I was just out, Wildcat Road, and I'm sure Bruce is out there too, when they're jetting that line out there, and we'll have to visit more. Ben, he was out there overseeing that, so we'll visit with him and see what we come up with. So that's all we had for that.
I'd remind people that Peggy's going to get ready for the election, so remember to
Yes.
vote.
Remember to vote, exactly.
Yep.
It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. Polls are open from noon until 8 in all precincts. Reminder again to the Humboldt residents that there's only one polling place in the city of Humboldt, and that's at the fairgrounds.
We're gonna canvass the votes Thursday at 1 o'clock, correct?
For just the city of
City
Thor,
of
because they
Thor.
have runoff provisions. Everybody else will be done on Monday.
You said 9 to 8?
No, 11, or noon to 8,
Noon to 8.
Noon to 8,
yeah.
that's when the polls are open.
Yep,
And the only polling place in Humboldt is at Fairgrounds?
yep.
1 o'clock, they changed it to 1.
For one, okay.
Now, can you give us a rundown on that's Thursday canvas?
Yep, at 1 o'clock
O'clock.
for the city of Thor.
We had it at, had our meeting at
Yes,
11. so
and
we
I read
changed it to
Iowa
1
code and
o'clock.
it said it cannot be any sooner than 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Okay,
So,
thank you for following the rules.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure why they say it has to be 1 o'clock, but that's what it says.
Yeah.
That's that moving wind and drainage.
You're always good about keeping track.
Try.
Maybe we're premature. Do you have anything else, Peggy?
No, that's it. I was just gonna give you a reminder that Alyssa had, sent you a note. I think I forwarded it on to you about that on climate meeting,
Yeah.
in case you're interested. Renee had given you the language last week on that, 10-hour days for secondary road. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look that over. She was waiting for comments to go
Okay.
further, on that. And then, I think that's pretty much it. So,
Okay. Thank you, Peggy.
yep,
Good luck tomorrow.
thank you.
Busy day. Now I move we go to drainage.
All right,
I'll
first,
second it.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are in
Thanks,
drainage.
Jerry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Well, you don't have to leave, now it's just the fun
Now we're just getting the fun
Now we're gonna drain the
stuff.
swamp.
Well, where's your hat? Ken, I didn't see you come in with your Iowa stuff on.
I didn't wear it all the time.
Oh, my God.
What a game.
I thought, they played as well as I've seen them play in a long time. I mean,
Rick, you need some coffee to come around?
Yeah, that'd be
I
fine.
don't think they did anything wrong.
Hmm?
I don't think they did anything wrong.
I don't know if that'll alleviate all your issues, but it might not hurt.
It probably won't.
Brady
No.
Ross had text, I don't know, about 20 minutes after the game was over, and told him congratulations, great game. And he didn't answer me till last night, at about 8 o'clock. I thought, well, I'm sure it was,
you're so married, wet.
but
How wet?
a little,
21 yet.
it's good though. Celebration going on in Iowa City.
That's the main thing, is this yield is good, but that's why we don't plant half our acres of that up here. Are you about done?
Waiting on behind.
Or,
I need brown bales for my cattle.
right,
And you don't want me to combine it until he's ready.
is you want to get ahead of it, or you want to be able to round bale like right after you combine.
Yeah.
Where's he at? I saw him somewhere.
That, who knows?
I thought I saw him over by either Hardy or
Oh, he's all
Thor.
over, that's the problem,
He's all over the place.
That's quite a few, he's got what, 4?
6.
6
Five
now?
or six.
Five at least.
Wow.
Five outfits?
Thank you.
Wow.
Well, they'd make a field in a hurry, I mean, all of a sudden it just looks like
Boy.
Easter egg hunt out there.
You know, with that, plant down the Veda closing, up for sale, makes you wonder about that industry.
That's a good thing to wonder about.
Have you ever been up by the one in Emmitsburg?
Never real close to it.
Well, if you ever got an hour, just turn there
Yeah,
on the south side of 4
yeah,
at town and go east.
yeah.
If that ever started on fire, it'd burn for a month.
They never put it out.
I'll bet they got rats out there as big as dogs. I
I
ain't kidding you.
bet they do, too.
There's more
They got rats
bales out
outside
there
the
than you
raccoon.
can imagine. You just sat there and look at them, it's like, how in the hell did you get them? And it's crazy.
I had never sold them before. In the summer, they come to me 3 times, so I finally ended up doing one field for bullet.
You did.
Behind
Didn't the plant Newton also sell?
He claims they're going forward, that
The
they're.
big-
I think Newton-
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
keep needing them and taking them, but
I don't understand, what do you squeeze out of a dead stalk that gets any juice?
You know, but we grind that stuff up and feed it to cattle, so there must be something in it.
the cellulosic part, which is a lot of
There's
cellulose.
energy in it there somewhere, that the cattle love it. You mix it with some DEGs and they just slicker right up.
Coffee meister today?
Sure will.
All right.
They didn't give you a hot egg shot.
No,
Early morning.
figured I'd be in on this for a while, so.
Rick?
Hi there, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rick.
Yes, please.
What's new?
Mr. Magoo?
There you go, sir. When can we need to play a good first half.
There you go.
Darn it.
Well, you know, I'd say after having a 4-week run of what they did,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and they come back the second half and played
Oh.
better,
Oh, yeah.
but you gotta remember, they're
The other team wants to win too.
They're 17
Oh,
That's the problem.
to 19-year-old kids.
They might have their-
They got other things on their mind
Oh, yeah.
besides,
It's hard to remember how young they
I
really are.
know. And, you know, they're under a lot of pressure to,
Oh, yeah.
To perform?
you know,
Yeah, that, playing football's about a full-time job in college.
you know.
More than,
I've been there once.
yeah.
I remember it. We'd have got $5 every Sunday for our dinner, that was big money back. 3 of us would go together and get a pizza, it was like, ooh.
Well, football mistake for me. Supposed to be snowing that day, snow and rain.
Well, put it this way, they gotta be
Oh, no.
on the bottom side of feeling really low after getting throttled the way they did.
Oklahoma, yeah.
And that's an interstate deal, so they're really gonna be,
Kinda like I was thinking down there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Are you done digging around over
Are we
here?
about ready?
Yes? Sure, hang on.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
It's hard to be me.
It's not working with you?
I think the drawer has
The door's like...
the back side of the drawer must be open.
There's no back to it.
Yeah, so it falls off.
When they open it up, a lot of the stuff falls out of the back. I don't know if it was designed that way or if it fell apart, I don't know. The drawer, yeah, there's no back.
When she opens it,
You slam it too hard, everything slides out.
slides off the
Oh, you're
back
saying
side.
for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no back.
Well, I'll keep some fun to fix your door.
We wouldn't have bought too much communication stuff, we could fix the door.
Story of my life, it's always... Alrighty, I got a problem. Just one.
We are a little early yet too, so. That first one ain't too crucial, but
No, it's...
the first couple here.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready, go for it.
Okay. Okay, first up, we have BD two lateral M, approved pay estimate number 1 to Holland Contract.
Yeah, this is their first request. They're doing a good job out there. They hit a sand pocket here about a week and a half ago, got through it. Progress is real good again. They got up into Louise Piper's ground. They're probably third to halfway through her ground. Down at the southeast corner of her quarter section is where the first egg well was. And down there, we called for an intake in the fence line, kind of an observation point. So that was put in, 24-inch riser. So it's, and it just so happens it's also in the low spot. It is an observation point and an intake out there. So that's in, people can have a place to go to see how the flow is going on that one.
How deep is the pipe right there?
10, 12 feet,
Okay.
that's a ways down.
All right, just curious.
Yeah, it might be a little less than that, because they use the riser, probably 7 or 8 feet deep, yeah.
Okay.
Because we're pretty close to the low area, Louise.
So is that like a manhole?
It's-
Size of a manhole, or is it-
It's only 24-inch diameter. We were...
A small man could get down it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if it was big enough that
No.
they could...
No, not really, just an observation point. That was what the intent was there. We were gonna have it come up above the ground and just have it an observation point, but when it fell in the low area, we went ahead and made it an intake, so. Work's progressing fine. Yeah, we check them several times a week. Yeah, we're happy.
So where are they at,
Well, it says
total-wise?
55% complete.
55?
That about right, Rick? or-
Yeah, that's close. They're probably a little further than that, actually, by the time this
Are they
is
doing,
processed.
all right, keeping pipe ahead with
Yeah, that's
Whitey-
been touch and go.
Marty?
Yeah, that's been touch and
I
go.
went by the other day and looked across the section, and it didn't look like they had a whole
No,
string out there, but they were
It's been
still
close.
digging.
Yeah, it's been close to keep enough out there, and they've been phoning ahead and trying to keep it supplied, so.
Okay, well, we have a dollar amount of $125,663.89. At 55% complete,
125,663,89.
correct.
I'll make a motion to approve that estimate for pay number 1 to Holland.
Second, that motion?
We have a first and a second, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next up, we have the DD 6 main tile. Approved pay estimate number 4, the Nels Peterson.
6 is the one just north of Thor, where they finished the lateral B that went north from where they started, and then they've been concentrating on the main that went east. They had real slow progress for a week or 10 days. They were very wet, sandy area. It's their last gravel road crossing on the main is where this, just north of that is where it was happening. When I was out there late last week, they were through that wet area and making good progress again. They have to be frustrated because they're used to making progress every day, and there were days there where they only got 2 pipe in the ground. So, it's the hazards of a project for a contractor, you don't know. The good thing is, they're from the area, it wasn't far to come out and check on pumps and those kinds of things, and they're familiar with the ground in the area, and knew that they would be getting through this sand pocket. It just created a hassle for them for several days, so.
Yeah, it has, they're at 91% according to this pay estimate number 4.
And that's on the main, the branch, they're essentially 100% done.
The branch B is done.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the main that just runs east, and they've actually gone up, now they've made the curve and heading for the blacktop, aren't they?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's
Yes,
the
we
last
are.
time I saw, they
Yeah,
were just
that's-
coming around there by the, and they got pipe down there by the
I think the
blacktop,
pipe's
so.
all laid out,
Yes,
it looks.
yes, they should be in good shape that
Yep.
way.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
they did get a small opening made to drain the water out of the upper pipe. You know, they jumped ahead and laid pipe east of the blacktop, which trapped water.
Right,
But now they got it opened up with a small pipe to get that water level down in that tile they pre-laid, I'd call it. So that's gonna help their situation
Okay,
when they get
good,
up there
'cause
to
yeah, I
connect.
could see that just being a disaster if
Oh.
they unplugged that.
Oh, geez.
so the stuff on the east side of the blacktop, they ought to be able to work that this fall, and
Yes. Yep, 'cause of any laterals they hit, they connected, so,
Right.
yes.
good.
Yeah, they'll probably get done here shortly if the weather stays.
Oh, yeah, if the weather stays good for them, they'll be
Okay.
going.
Awesome.
We have a dollar amount of $92,550.53 at 91 completion.
I make a motion to pay the estimate number 4 to $92,550.53.
Okay, the first,
Second.
and a second by Bruce, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
So now we spent a couple $100,000.
What's that?
I said, now that we spent a couple $100,000, what else you wanna do?
Okay. Well, do you wanna comment about anything until, or do you wanna just move on?
How about,
Quite time schedule.
did you get any hold of anybody on those tank cars?
No, I didn't call anybody. Did the landowner get some of that information? 'Cause I didn't, okay.
I gave you my
Okay, yeah, I have it, yeah.
Okay, well, otherwise, I can try to catch Jim over there. They're combining right along the road, I can stop and see him. I'll need my card back, though.
If not, I think I got an extra one here, too, I do.
Yeah.
Got mine.
Talking about Rasmussen's, to give them an option of,
Well, this is,
yep, I know.
they could at least look at
That's
that and see versus
That's
a
a good idea.
$15,000
Yeah,
We could,
cement type.
or we can, just put it in a file. Did you have one to put in your file?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 'cause it is a little cheaper than,
It'd be similar to the one that Lane's put down there. but-
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same company or not that we went through, but, we've used them before and it works pretty well.
yeah,
Seems applicable for a crossing.
yes.
Yeah,
And
that's-
the pipe, the way is to use as pipe are corrugated or they're the concrete. This gets its strength by thicker walls,
Right.
so
Yeah, these
it
are-
accomplishes the same thing, different way.
half-inch steel up to 5/8, I think, possibly even.
Yeah, that could be. That's how they get their
Rick,
strength.
that's basically a ditch clean out that involves the crossing.
Yes.
Is everything else done?
No, they're finishing out the outlet pipes on the tile outlets, where they've been broken or they've broken off or rusted through. They're still doing some of those.
Okay.
And they still, are they done with the clean-out part?
Yes,
Oh, they are done?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
they're done with the cleanout
I
part.
just wondered, we've had a lot of discussion on the crossing that involves the, whatever, tanker, culvert.
Yeah,
Needs to be done here real soon.
yes, and we sent a letter to both of the landowners, asking, well, I guess I brought it down last week.
Yeah.
Did that go out to the landowners?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Saying, we need to know because it needs to be taken, if nothing else, we need to get the old pipe out of there
Right.
and get it dug. So, we haven't heard back, and,
Well, would that work if we got it out and at least didn't get it put back in till spring?
yeah,
I mean,
that'd
at
be
least
fine.
it's out and then if you have a
Yes.
wet spring, you could put it in
Yep, that'd be
as
fine.
opposed to plugging doesn't
They
there,
could-
we
yeah,
have
they could
a
arrange
backup over there? Didn't-
Yeah, it'd be nice to have them out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, 'cause we're somewhat maybe running out of time.
Oh,
for,
yeah,
Winter's approaching.
low of
quicker-
25 last night.
Quicker
Yeah.
than anyone would like, so,
Yeah, and that's why the letter was put together the way it was, and I think it said notify Trish by today, I think, it said, or was it next Monday?
13th, I think.
13.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay,
on my list.
So we should have a response from them by then.
yeah,
okay. 'Cause, yeah, they did them out, and of course, in all fairness, it'd be nice to have a decision that they can be put back in.
yeah, it'd be wonderful, yeah. Yeah,
This year,
Yeah.
yes.
before spring.
Mhm.
Yeah, 'cause you don't,
Not very fun to work in the spring with.
no,
No,
Doesn't work
but
out
at
well.
least if they were out, we wouldn't have to,
then we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Right. Well, yeah, they almost have to be removed.
with the one having to farm on the other side, it'll put a little more emphasis on
Right.
getting it done and,
If they were removed, well, they have to be really removed this fall.
that's, yeah, we're absolutely.
Who would, if it got to the point, for whatever reason, weather or whatever else, that delayed the reinstallation of the crossing, who would be responsible for I know the landowner's responsible, who would actually physically put it in
Well,
the
it'd be
spring?
up to them if they had
Whoever
somebody
they
in
hire.
mind, yeah.
Because at this point, if they're removed and the project is done, it wouldn't be the said contractor
Right,
doing the work.
right, that's right.
so we're gonna go out there physically and make sure that the ditch is at the right level before that contractor puts it in.
Yes.
And then we say, oh, it's
Yes.
6 inches too
Yeah.
high.
That was in the letter, I believe,
Thank
too.
God.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's correct.
So-
Well, I just don't want it ended up.
That's a
like
big,
those
that's a big
driveways
culvert
that
compared to a small
Yeah,
culvert.
we're
Yeah.
dealing with that driveway culvert that
I'd prefer we had someone from your department there overseeing it.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolute depth is critical.
Yes, absolutely, you know, that's, the good part is when we have them taking it out, we'll probably have them dig it right then, same person. So that we'll have it dug as soon as the pipe is out.
Perfect.
So, worst case, it just doesn't get redug again because we already have it. We're gonna over-dig the bottom, we always do, just a little bit, so we'll do that for this too. And
Yeah,
so,
'cause you don't want the pipe at the bottom, you want below the bottom.
below the bottom just a little bit. The bottom 6 inches of that big a pipe just doesn't carry much flow.
No,
So then that anchors it real well, and, yeah.
Okay.
and it's correct for a long, forever,
That's right,
hopefully, forever.
exactly, so.
Good.
Anything else?
We did fly 11, and I see Gary's here, and I will want to, I think that's an item on the agenda.
That's probably our next one.
Yeah,
Report of condition?
yeah, 'cause there is a stretch that looks like it may not have been dug, so that'd be something good for hourly. We also have sub-5 of 11 ditch flown, it's on a separate video, and it looks like it needs to be cleaned, just dipped out, hourly dipped
Spot
out.
cleaned.
Yeah, spot cleaned.
Is that that real stubby one? I mean, it's not very long, ditch.
It's not very long, no, not very long.
All right. Well, I think we're close enough here. We'll move on to D, number 11, open ditch, report of condition.
To get you oriented on this, this is the stretch of ditch that we flew, and the drainage district maps don't have the roads on them, so I wrote the roads on them. To get you oriented, the red line way to the right is Highway 169, you can see it's labeled there in the top right corner. And if you look at the very left-hand part of this sheet, the north-south ditch you see is sub-5.
Can you get another one?
Yeah.
Common.
Thank you. The next, that's sub-5 of 11 ditch that kinda runs through the middle, and where it says 15 is, no, what's it say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see the edge of it here on the
Yeah,
left-hand
so-
side.
That's sub-5 of 11 open ditch, and that really needs a spot clean out. Now, if we did fly 11 also, I don't know if I can get you oriented here. If you look at, kinda at the bottom left corner, there's section 31. See the yellow 31? Well, at the very northeast corner of that section, there's an area that meanders severely and has a lot of blockage. And I think whoever Gary talked to may be correct, that was, 11 was cleaned above that point, 11 was cleaned below that point, but it looks suspiciously like that corner of that section maybe was not spot cleaned.
In section 31?
Section 31, yes. The notes I made viewing the tape was that there's severe meandering and some blockages of the main ditch of 11 in that location.
So how far down does the blockage go? Into 6
No,
or into 5? It's just up there in the
Actually,
corner?
the worst part is just in the corner of 31. I believe they must have cleaned down to the road along the north side of the section.
Down to 160th?
Yep, and then, well, yeah, they cleaned, coming from the northwest, they would have cleaned down to 150th.
Oh, section 30.
And then one contractor did that. Then later, I think it was Rick Peterson cleaned, starting at the west edge of 32 and going down to the highway. So I believe,
Oh, so that was cleaned all the way to the highway?
yeah, spot clean, all the way.
Okay.
So,
Excuse me,
Yeah, no.
Is this pertinent to this?
yes,
Is there anyone with a work order on this general area, section 30 or 31, right now, doing some spot clean out? Possibly Doug Marshall, am I in the right, because he mentioned that,
I'm not sure, I'd have to look at the list.
you familiar with?
he was authorized in the sub ditch of sub 1 of 11 to do part of it.
Get down farther.
Yeah, that was...
231 instead.
That was on that, 'cause where they were gonna hook up that, pipe that, closed that egg well, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, true, very true, but he contacted me here fairly recently. I'm wondering if we're in that same area, if there is already something on the books for a work order for a spot clean out there.
Let me go look.
I didn't know he had long
Go
reach
take a
to
look.
do
Take
it.
a look, I don't wanna get my sections confused, but, 'cause Rick, your take on this is a spot clean out, correct?
Yes, yes,
I mean,
yeah. Fairly extensive spot to clean out, because there's so much meandering.
well,
But,
yeah, and I wanna make sure that I'm in the right area, believe I am, that he had done some work possibly a year or so ago, and then quit at a section.
Here's what I know about it. Where you see the sub 1 of 11 written in the lower left-hand corner,
Right,
just above the 1 of, there's kind of a lighter area going east and west.
yes.
That's the ditch that he did at least a partial clean out on, and that's the ditch that you're looking of possibly taking sub 5 to over 2. He worked there and left the machine there for an extended period. I don't know if it's still out there or not.
Okay.
So he did that, and that's less than a mile away from
Yeah.
the other one.
Right. That may be.
So, yeah, we're looking at recommending that you do a spot clean out there in section 31, and that you do it in, sub 5 of 11, open ditch.
And that is where on the map exactly?
Sub 5 is way over at the west edge here. You can see the blue line going north-south, kind of in the area that's darkened. That's the sub 5 of 11 open ditch that this tile dumps into. That really needs cleaning also. And sometime we need to get just 15 minutes probably and look at some of this video.
Okay.
So,
So when they pull this, and I don't have a clue, when they do a spot clean out, or when they clean like they are over there at Thor, if we have a wet spring, does that cause that dirt to move more that it doesn't have the grass on it, or I guess I'm curious to know.
yes, that's why we require them to dig it 4 inches deeper than the original bottom, is because we expect some siltation to occur. The problem is, no matter what time of year you do it, it just takes quite a while to get vegetation on the bank.
Right.
We've experimented with some hydro seeding, it hasn't gone the best.
Well, that's what I wondered, if the stuff that
Yeah.
had seeded, if any of that had taken,
It started, a lot of it has started now, but it's way slower than we thought it was gonna be.
Well.
So,
the lateness of doing it was probably not most best
Yeah,
growing
some of it
for
was
any of
this
that.
summer when it was dry,
Dry.
so that contributed.
And I'm not guessing that it's best soil when they pull that up across there.
It's not, yeah, you're right, absolutely right.
I don't have anything.
Don't have anything, okay.
So it's been a while ago, you're right.
Well, he
It was
is
last year.
something though, and there again, I don't wanna get confused in my locations, but, he was moving on into a different section past what he had done maybe a year ago.
Okay.
So do we need, this can be just done by an hourly rate, can it?
Yeah.
Work orders.
Like,
as
what
long
are
as
you,
they're under
what's your
50,000.
guesstimate,
Oh,
time-wise?
well, the stub ditch, let's see. The part of 11 Main in the northeast corner of 1, it- 2 or 3 days, I think a person could probably dip that out. Allow a week.
My question is, Rick Peterson, he done this stretch here.
Yes,
I know he doesn't do tiling.
right,
Do you think he's available? Is he done with 347?
yes. Yes, he's done with the excavating. He's
I don't-
very good.
I know he's done ripping too, 'cause I seen him in his truck over the weekend, so he must be hauling corn for somebody. I didn't say that on
Okay.
public, did I?
No, you didn't hear it.
He might, you might give him a holler, I haven't seen his
Whoever we give it
long
to, we
reach.
want him to get it done.
Exactly, that's the whole thing, you don't wanna, you want them out there, yeah. Yeah, really, you wanna do, especially the northeast corner of 31 there, it carries water from miles away.
Mhm.
And it probably has to be having some effect on the sub-5. So 31 should be cleaned out, sub-5 should be cleaned out. And each of them are well under 50, way under 50,000.
That
So-
sub-5, we've got a 15-inch main that goes across that farm, over across the road, and that tile is got roughly a foot to 2 foot of water over it. And when we dug that up a year ago, Trish, remember that? We turned that in, and I mean, the tile was actually down in the ditch flood. And we never got back to finish up, because, we need it to dry up, but it won't dry up because the ditch needs cleaned out.
Yeah, both section 31 and the sub-5 of 11 ditch need to be dipped.
And it's not that bad, it's.
No,
I
it'll
think
go
a long
fast.
reach, you go in there in 2 days, you'd have it done or less.
Yeah, it'll go fast. Sub-5's a little longer, 31 is so short, I mean, we're talking just under half a mile or almost half a mile, so. So, and they could each be done with work orders, and they're separate projects, so it's not like you're breaking them up to stay
Well,
under the 50,000.
My question is, how do you offer that to someone that says, we would like it done yesterday? You know, do we say, are you busy through the fall? Because every contractor wants to do as much work as he can.
Yeah.
But we'd really like it done, so like you said, if they can work on their tile.
Yeah, that's gonna be part of
Part of the
discussion.
agreement?
Yes, there you go. Part of your agreement for them, for whoever you're gonna have do this, if they need to get at it right away.
Okay.
Definitely part of the discussion. No
So do you do that, or do we
Glad to.
we call them, or how, I don't know, I'm asking.
We've done it both ways. As far as you calling a contractor with a work order, or us talking to them.
Do you have a poll?
Say what?
Do you have any pull with the contractor? I wanted to...
I would prefer if Rick did it. I mean, I don't mean to put any more on you, but just because
It's not a problem. I mean,
he'll
we
ask
know them all.
specifically where, what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
You'll have
Details.
more of the details.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
know
a
what
simple
to
call.
say.
You know where you're looking too.
yes, exactly.
As opposed to us
Where it
looking at a
is and
map.
what's going on there.
Well, I'd recommend starting with Rick Peterson, he did a good job on that.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Uh,
very conscientious.
They,
I'm good with
if
that.
he's done with that project over there, hopefully he has time.
Yeah. I'll...
But that call has to be made
Soon.
this morning.
Yep, it will be. Yep.
Because the time clock's ticking on this
Oh,
project.
boy, yeah.
So we authorize that, or we need a motion, or what do you...
Yeah,
I'd make a motion to authorize, the repairs of that, or the spot clean out, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that 11 of 5 ditch?
yep.
Or is that what the number is you're using here, or
Well,
what?
it is-
First, and
Open 11 ditch.
There you go.
number 11.
Sorry, I was
okay.
one down, I was trying to move us along.
Is it the same, can you make it all in one?
Probably not, they're two different items on the agenda. Okay. We'll do it separately.
Okay,
I got a first and a second, any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, go down to District BD 11, Sub 5 open ditch, report condition, and possible authorization, repairs and clean out.
Yeah, that's, the video of it, you can see the north end of it is very overgrown, mostly just grass, not trees or anything, but it's, I believe it's smothering off the flow, somewhat. It doesn't meander like 11 did, but it's just restricted to vegetation, and I know a lot of it is silt. You get that kind of vegetation and it traps the silt.
Silt, the more vegetation, the more silt you trap, and it just gets worse faster.
Exactly, it accelerates the problem.
So time frame on that, same?
Yeah,
You could get it both done at the same time.
Yeah,
That is
right
where on
there.
this map, the sub-5.
It's this blue line just way over here at the edge, it's kinda in the dark part of the,
Yep,
that's the open ditch of, sub 5.
okay.
The north-south part, and then it kinda curves off to the southwest.
Yep.
That's
Right
sub
above the
5.
sub?
Yeah, right above the sub.
Yep.
You look right above the sub of
And
the
that's
sub
just,
5.
there again, it's the spot clean out.
Yes, yes. Mhm.
So if the same happened to do it, you're only going across the section, basically.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's just right there.
Close by.
Mhm.
Alrighty, entertain a motion to have the same contractor look at both.
I'll make a motion.
Second Dave's motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now we're gonna, oh, close it down.
No.
Way ahead of schedule. Anything else you got for us?
Rick, when are they gonna do that 125, that tile that's broken?
We haven't heard back, we called Denver, several days ago here. They were gonna have Erpelding get out there, and I haven't heard back from them yet, so, I'll have our guy check again with what Denver heard. There was tile broken as part of the 125 project, and Erpeldings knew it, 'cause I think they had told Mark Dickey even that they'd be back to fix it. So, we called Denver, who's the prime contractor, and they were gonna get ahold of Erpelding to do that. And so it's...
When they were moving dirt for the dam, I mean?
Yes.
So this is
Okay.
like south of the pond?
It's right along the road, when they were doing the little dam,
Yeah,
they hauled dirt.
Crushed the
used it
tile.
For a haul road, and they went right over this 8-inch tile of ours, mine, and they crushed it. And Mark Dickey happened to come that day when I was trying to find those ends.
Mhm.
And he said, well, he rode one around with the guy in the haul truck, and he said, well, we'll probably have to repair this stuff, because it's sinking in if it's
Yeah.
wet. And, so it's blocking my 8-inch coming out of my farm, going down to that.
Okay. And we felt we had to work through the prime contractor, so we called them, and they were gonna get hold of Erpelding. I will check with them later today on timing, and see what they are saying. And while they're there, we're gonna have them clean out, there's some blockage in front of the old pipe that went under the road,
Oh,
so we're gonna have them dig that
Well, yeah.
open too.
That really is totally separate, that's county's. That pipe that goes on the road, that should not be billed at 125.
That's probably
The
true.
county's problem. And it was, it's the road ditch.
so is that the one, Gary, that was off,
Yeah,
up towards the east, I
where
think?
the new one dumps.
Or,
and
excuse
there's
me,
a big
the-
old cement one, and then there's a new 42-inch steel one they put in to take the overflow. The road used to wash out all the time. Well, it's the 42-inch, and it's just about half full of dirt.
So is that the one you were talking with the tree nearby?
Yeah, there's a tree nearby, but it had nothing to do with it.
No, I know, but I have a
Yeah.
picture of it here,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking.
yeah. I got pictures right here of it. But that tin tile, that tin whistle is very important. That road used to wash out all the time years ago until they put that relief tile. And it's half full of dirt, and it shouldn't be that way. Actually, two guys go down there with shovels, in 2 hours, they could clean it by hand.
We could just find two guys with a shovel.
It's gonna be...
but when they do fix that with the backhoe, they can slip over there and dip that out, correct?
How's
Yeah,
the,
that's, yeah.
has our grate ever
Yeah, you
been
just
put
don't want
back?
it to be billed to you.
It should be billed, but not...
Secondary.
Secondary roads.
Has our grate ever been put back?
Your what?
The grate over, or the
That steel grate.
steel grate that's been pushed off by,
Oh, I don't know.
no?
You mean on my side of the road?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I've got a picture of it over a year ago that it's pushed off, so that's why I wondered if it was,
I don't think it has, I'll do that. That'd be too hard for you guys.
so, that's the tile right there, right? new one comes in right here. Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 42 now.
That's 42? It looks like it's half buried.
That's what I'm getting at.
I know, but did them trees get pulled out, or?
Yeah, the trees are sawed off.
Alright.
Sawed off.
It's just gotta be dug out a little bit right here.
Alright.
This needs to be done.
I'll make that call today too, see what the status is. I will let Trish know on that.
On 3, open ditch 3, south of Thor. I noticed they're still fixing pipes and things out there.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So they have a little bit of that to do yet. I haven't checked with our guys as far as how long they think they're gonna take yet. They gotta be getting close. Gotta be.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, related to that, stub ditch of 3, you authorize that for
Brandon Myers, he hasn't, from what I hear, he's not gonna get it done this year.
That's the word I got.
That's why I want you to check with Rick Peterson, see if, let's find out if they can do the job.
Yeah,
Before we.
first. Yeah. Yep. Been communicating back and forth with Bill Mansky. Sometime this week, he's hoping to come up and dig more holes to get some limestone depths figured out better. We talked a couple times longer ago about getting somebody with a drill, so we wouldn't be causing so much disturbance. And I left a message for him to see if he knew anybody that had a drill outfit. But right now, he's talking about having his excavator in the area, and he'll use that to dig holes.
So what are we thinking depth-wise? Are you down 10 feet, are you
Yeah, we're
below
probably,
that, or?
we're probably 10 feet, if I was gonna take a
So
number.
if we had to pick a number where that tile would be, or, I mean, do you,
And
rough
we-
estimate?
With the profile we ran, you'd be on 4 to 5 feet into the limestone. Yeah, nasty. We had, based on the route that Mansky had and we had previously, that's how far you'd be into it.
For how long? I mean, I'm not holding you to it, guessing
Yeah.
it.
That's what you really don't know, though, 'cause
Well,
that's...
'cause we dug along the route though.
I thought, yeah, you gave it a partial,
Yeah, we dug enough spots along the route to really know, probably a third to a fourth of it is at least into the limestone, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now Mansky is not, this isn't, how do I say it, scared him off at all. He feels that they can still go pretty quickly. And it depends on how fractured the
I was
limestone is.
gonna say, that,
The stone.
the stone, if it's not as solid, it could be just a
Just
shelf
dug.
across there, is it?
Yeah, and that may be some of what he's thinking in the back of his mind, let's dig down and actually see what
What
condition
type of-
that line, yeah. Is it, something they can dig or not? That'd make a lot of difference on the project, so. I'm gonna try him today before I leave again and see what he's thinking, so.
So that's, yeah, the proposed route, is there any talk of, after doing that, is there a potential alternate route that alleviates some of the limestone?
That was the idea we were looking for, was let's map where the elevation of that limestone is on that quarter section, and see if there's a route that will minimize the limestone excavation. That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Part of this whole
Yes,
project, the excavation, to see
Yes.
what the limestone condition is like,
yes,
and potentially alternate route.
yes.
Still with the possible hope of spring,
Should,
Yes.
getting this put together.
Yes, yes, I mean, the only thing's gonna be the dealing with the limestone. I mean, the rest of it's piece of cake.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
simple.
not, yeah, it's not real long, closing 2 ag wells, yeah,
Not a real large pipe
Rick.
either.
no.
Piece of cake, that always,
Scares you, don't
That
it?
make you hungry?
no, I'm just saying,
could be, not,
Yeah,
piece of cake, we fall down 14 times.
yeah,
We
good
hope.
point, good point.
If we get out of the limestone, then it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely, that's that's the complication of this one, there's always things
But
come up,
the
you're
good
right.
thing is if we get it uncovered, well, there's no crop on, we aren't tearing somebody's crop out to,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I would think we dig it up
Yes.
and at least expose it so that we can know.
When it's not hurting the situation, when Mansky's a close personal friend of the people that own the quarter section too.
Well,
But both those things together.
but he doesn't
are
wanna
helping.
drag a machine down from up north for a 15-minute or 20-minute
Yeah.
dig, or
Yep.
if he can get one around here.
Yep, and I'll call him before I leave today again, and see if he's got timing figured out a little closer.
Because if we can get that figured out, at least get it planned to get it done in the spring,
Yes.
would be good.
Yes.
Right, and according, with Rick's comment, the time frame on digging, checking, alternate route, limestone, all that, you'd at least get to a resolution of what's gonna be done by spring.
Yes,
You'll have that figured out here.
yes, here in the next month, hopefully we'll have that figured out, and
We got the money set aside through Mike Borland to do,
Yes.
take care of this
Yes.
project, so.
Yep, and I've tried to keep him updated, so.
Okay.
Then we figure out, once we get those done, then how many we'll have left.
I haven't looked at that.
I haven't either, but I'm,
You know, you are gonna go forward with 35 branch C here this winter, hopefully, as far as the letting. So that's another one closed.
we're slowly, but,
Doesn't Tom Huntermark have one too that he's closing
Yes,
privately?
yes, privately.
that's right, I forgot that one.
Yeah.
Can we have 12 we've worked on? Concerned?
I think that's right, yeah. I think there were like 7 or 8 in that one along the highway.
Like
Yeah.
a covey,
Yes.
right along
yes.
the, over there by,
Yes.
east of
And that's,
Gilmore.
I think you were talking about maybe having meetings this winter again to
Yeah.
talk through those.
Well, we talked about that and whether that would have to be wetlands possible.
You know, and...
Cause
when
didn't
I
it go all to the north? You were talking that was gonna be such huge amount of money to take
It was
that?
a lot of money, but you know what? You've built projects that were just as expensive now as compared to what that one would be. So I'd like to approach it, try and get everybody to look at it with an open mind and see if the grant money can be obtained. And if it can, seriously consider a project. But,
Yeah, because with the grant money, it gets it down there where it's tolerable.
yes, yes. Like I say, you've done some that are just expensive now, so,
We've set the bar high.
yeah.
Well, but-
Lucky
I
you.
mean, like the 6 north of Thor,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
expensive and there was no grant money at all in that.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
That was a big project.
Yeah, some of that ponding area they're paying, it's gonna approach 2,000 an acre for the project.
Yeah. So, all right. I think we can move, close enough to move on to, DD 11 sub 5, DD 11 sub 1. Work session with Dave Johnson.
I'm gonna...
I think he's
And
here.
I seen he was here waiting, so we don't wanna tie up
Thanks, Rick.
more of his time.
Yep, I'll
Thank you, Rick.
get my copies and be back to
Just sit in.
participate.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If you need some more room, you can shove one of them chairs out, and that way you
Yeah.
can have more elbow room to get
Okay.
to swinging and...
Somebody else can have a comfy chair too.
Yeah.
Oh, Camel.
That page fell off. Sorry.
Rick, how's your coffee? Holding up. Rick, no coffee? Might be a long one.
Oh, busy.
Ready to go good?
Yeah, I did, it went pretty well. Yeah. Just trying to find home for all the stuff that we have to take return now.
Are these all ours?
Pass one down, please. Can't have them all.
Anybody else get any coffee?
There you go.
So save them.
Over in the corner, I'll find it.
Turn around back. You made me worried when you took off. Partners in crime.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wait till 10 in case somebody else is coming, or are you gonna start a little early, or what are you
We're awful
thinking?
close. We could probably wait a few minutes, I guess.
Well, I'm just trying to decide if I wanna make a mad dash to...
Go ahead, we'll take just a short break till
I might as
10
well.
o'clock, 'cause better keep it all.
Short break.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay with that?
Good, I'm gonna look for battery then.
Yes, to get a battery for a recorder.